Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the At the Pylon podcast alongside Chandler Betts. My name is Nick Antonakis. Chandler, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Nick.
New Year, same Patriots. Another
Sadly,
L.
one
Another
more
L on
one
New
more
Year's Eve.
week. One more week of this
One more
team.
week. And it's really sad to be counting down the days until the end of this historically bad season for New England. Because you look so forward to football season every year, Chandler. At least I do.
Oh yeah, it's all I
Just
live for.
for just for them to come out and bomb in front of us. They stand
Yep.
at 4-12, following their 27-21 loss to the Buffalo Bills on New Year's Eve. Honestly, much closer on paper than some would say the game took place, I guess, at that rate,
Way
because
closer.
Bailey Zappe had an absolute bombshell of a game. We'll talk all about it. We also are going to dive into the whole draft standings because there was some confusion. At one point on Sunday, the Patriots had the number 2 overall pick. At one point, they had number 3. Well, actually, we started off at number 4. Then
Yep.
we went to number 2. Now we're standing at number 3. So we'll talk all about that. And Chandler will sauce us a rookie who's
Oh
going to
yeah.
preview in our last preview episode of the 2023 NFL season this upcoming Thursday. After that episode, we're just going to have one episode a week on Mondays. So without further ado, Chandler, let's talk about the game because there is a lot to talk about. Bailey Zappe, I actually wrote this in my phone because I knew the stat line was going to change. But at one point in this contest, I believe it was after Bailey Zappe's third interception, he was
I
3
know
for
exactly.
9,
Yep.
19 yards, 3 interceptions. Like, what kind of terrible stat line is this? At one point in the game, he had more
Points.
was
The
yeah,
Bills had more points on turnovers than Bailey
we
Zappi
had
had passing
passing
yards.
yards. Yes, that's what it
Yep.
was. I knew it was something surrounding his passing
Yeah,
yards,
I knew you were
but
getting that.
man, it was bad. And you kind of previewed this, Chandler. You said that you were hoping that this would be the coming back down to earth game, and it kind of was in some ways. Not as much on paper with the score because our
Yeah.
defense just really held us in it, but we definitely saw the collapse of Bailey Zappi this week.
I mean, maybe we need to keep saying that he stinks at football because the one week we start going soft and all sappy and start say sappy zappy, and start praising him, he puts out a 26.7 QBR. Um,
God,
and you know what the craziest part of this is? And I didn't even realize this until I had the box score in front of me right now.
let's hear
Bailey
it.
Zappi had the highest QBR out of any quarterback playing in this game. Josh Allen had a 19.8 QBR, 169 passing yards, one pick, no touchdowns because he had two
Wow.
rushing touchdowns.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
Bills,
we knew. Yeah, I mean, the Bills, they also kind of,
they
whatever, they
looked
collapsed. I almost
horrible.
said something else, but
Yes, they looked really bad. Um, Stephon Diggs sold me in fantasy,
third year
whatever.
in a row running up,
Third
bro. When
year
I
in a
saw that in
row.
the group chat, I was like, this is brutal. You got to get this man a win. Come on.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm doing everything I can. I'm putting together good teams. Whatever. Hope hey, if my coming in second causes the Patriots to come in second to last,
It's
let's
all
do
worth
it.
it. It's all
It's
worth
all
it.
worth it. Sadly, there is no correlation between those two. And the Bills looked so unconvincing. They should have won this game. I think my prediction was 30-10 or something. That probably should have been the score, but it wasn't because they had so many great field positions and could not take advantage of them. The Patriots defense again just showing out. Really, really impressive performance to hold a team that I don't have this in front of me. I would assume their average starting position was probably near the midline, near the 50.
Oh,
Uh
the Patriots or the Buffalo
no,
Bills?
the Bills
Okay, I was
because
gonna
they
say
had
because
so
the
many.
Bills had a pretty good punting game in their game, but
Yes,
yeah, the Bill.
ours was definitely inside the 25, I would
Yeah,
imagine. But Buffalo had great field position this entire game. Rasul Douglas probably should win Defensive Player of the Week. I don't know if he did or not. Um, he was stellar. Great trade, a Halloween trade for Buffalo uh, from Green Bay that should prove to get them into the playoffs, even though that's not a guarantee right now, even though they are 10-6. There are scenarios where they can make if they win their game, they win the AFC East, they
yeah.
get the 2 seed. If they don't win the game, and if Jacksonville and somebody else wins, they
I
miss the
believe
playoffs.
it's Houston and
I think
not
Jacksonville's winning.
Jacksonville.
I
No, I don't think
I
it's Jacksonville.
I could be wrong.
Because I thought it was Indianapolis because I thought it was the teams that were outside of the playoff picture right now.
I don't
Because
know.
there are
I
two
know
teams in the wild card spots. Anyway, we'll talk about this after.
whatever. Yeah, it's not
Let's
really
focus back on
important.
the Patriots for a sec.
Yeah.
I almost geared us off track, but
No,
yeah,
you're good.
the whole Zappy game and like you said, Zappy fits extremely well to my opinions on him last week. I was finally starting to turn a corner and be like, you know what, Zappy, you're not that bad. You could be our backup next year, but that just totally fell out the window through this game.
Yeah,
Honestly, at points, it was getting so bad that CBS kept cutting to Mac Jones warming
yep,
up on the sidelines, and I'm like, are they gonna cut? Are they gonna put him in? Because obviously that's where everybody's eyes goes as soon as Zappy starts playing bad.
of
But
course.
nobody really thought that Mac had a chance to enter this game.
No
I'd
way.
say after that third interception, I had the thought in the back of my mind. I was like, maybe they're gonna put him in. Like, this is really bad.
If anything, I thought it was going to be Nathan Rourke, the other UDFA quarterback that we picked up from Ohio.
You know
They
what's
kept
funny
they
about
were.
that? It couldn't be because he was a healthy scratch.
Oh, was he actually?
Yeah, because he was our third QB. We started. I don't know. I
It's the
apparently because some
There's a new
weeks we
rule.
have. Yeah, some weeks we have started. Oh well, I guess yeah. You can scratch a player and then he
Yep.
could come on. Okay, okay. If it's the quarterback. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that we would have had to have a Mac Jones injury for that to happen, I suppose. Or I don't. Again, this is a new rule. I don't exactly know the circumstances and nomenclature behind it, but uh, the fact that we were even thinking about bringing Mac Jones back in just is a testament to how poor Zappy played. And this was a very stay in this game in spite of, not because of Bailey Zappy.
One highlight, Chandler, came on the first play of the game. That's going to be our
Yep.
play of the game for this week. Jalen Rager, of all people,
Oh yeah,
takes it back
resurgence.
99 yards for the kick return touchdown on the opening kickoff. At this moment, I was like, this is sweet revenge for the last time we were in Buffalo, which was week 18 last year. All the Bills had to do was lose that game. It wouldn't have mattered really for their playoff hopes, but they decided to squash our dreams at qualifying for the playoffs, even though Mac Jones and Devontae Parker, surprisingly, that duo balled out together.
Yeah.
Not enough to get the win, and our playoff hopes were squandered because of that. So, two of which of those touchdowns for the Bills in that game came on punt return and kick return touchdowns.
Yep.
I'm blanking on who the running back is, but he used to be a bigger deal, and now I'm forgetting
For
who
the
the Bills who ran it back. He ran back two touchdowns. Why
Oh,
the hell am I not remembering him?
it was Naeem Hines
Yes, Hines.
because they
Yep.
traded for him that year. So
Yes.
maybe.
So Jalen Rager with a little bit of revenge on Naheem Himes because who but Jalen Rager can't catch the
Yeah.
ball, but he
Oh,
can
he had a good catch.
return it.
He had a
He
really good
did.
catch.
He did for his one reception for 39
Yeah.
yards.
And he did have 3 targets, so
Honestly, I
not
was
great.
happy to see it because
Oh yeah.
Jalen Rager, obviously somebody who flopped in Philadelphia, working his way back to New England. Kind of a sting to Eagles fans. I know Andrew Donis, one of our former Nosebleeds patrons, not too happy about the Rager selection or the Philadelphia Eagles this weekend. May we even use this as a point to kind of move on from this Patriots Bills game? You think we've kind of exhausted that conversation?
Yeah, I'd like to be happy. I have no reason to talk about this game anymore.
And I think the real story coming out of it is although the Patriots lost Chandler, on paper, it's very good for the Patriots because following this game and the Philadelphia Eagles loss to the Arizona Cardinals, the Patriots moved to have the second overall pick in the NFL draft. Following Sunday's action, we obviously saw the Washington Commanders move back to that second overall pick, but the Patriots sit in third. So right now the draft order clinched at the first overall pick is the Carolina Panthers, which that pick goes to the Chicago Bears because of that trade from last year.
Yep.
Washington Commanders currently sit at number 2, New England Patriots at number 3, Arizona Cardinals at number 4, and the New York Giants at number 5. Now, Commanders, Patriots, Cardinals, all of them are 4 and 7. The Patriots are separated in the strength of schedule by 0.003 points.
Yep.
Washington Commanders barely have an edge on us on that front. And Chandler, you've been researching some scenarios that the Patriots could possibly fold out into to get this second overall pick, even in the event that the Commanders lose this week against the Cowboys?
Yeah, so it would be very difficult for that to be the case. But the games that are important, there maybe this is kind of a clunky article that I'm reading, but it seems as though there are five games that are important: Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Houston, Indy, Atlanta, New Orleans, Denver, Vegas, and Chicago, Green Bay. Of course, on top of all of the 4 and 12 teams that are playing, we need um, the Packers, Raiders, Steelers, and Colts to all lose. And if the Patriots lose, the Saints lose, and two of the other scenarios in the past play out in their favor, then we get the second pick. So this is absolutely
Wow.
not in our control. And we can go if everything were to go to Armageddon, we could go all the way, I guess, down to the fifth pick. That's as far as we could slide.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that is not the case because uh,
Well,
we I'm very comfortable with any of the top three picks.
yeah, I would say below three. And I guess Patriots Twitter has been kind of freaking out about this whole situation because they're such a select like fan base. It's pretty divided. Like half is on the boat of, we should be trying to win every game. Of course. I mean,
Which
we
we
want to see
should,
our team
which we
win.
should.
Yes. But they're undervaluing the difference between the number 4 and the number 3 overall pick. I think you and I understand that number 4 overall pick is, at least in my opinion, a huge difference from number 3.
So is two to three is as well because it really depends on what Chicago's going to do. I'm expecting them to trade back. They kind of have to because of how well Justin Fields has been playing for the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
The fan base is clamoring for him to be their continued QB1. If they do, they have the opportunity to pair him with arguably the best wide receiver prospect we've seen since Calvin Johnson, since AJ Green, since a lot of these really, really top echelon players. They have the capacity to pair these two together. If they do that, then we are clinched to get one of the top two quarterbacks. I would love for that to be the case. But if they were to trade out and someone from farther back in the draft would try to usurp us, to jump us and the Commanders to take whichever quarterback they prefer, then we're in danger.
Yeah. And looking at this tankathon chart right now, if the Patriots win this Sunday against the Jets, that could totally mess things up because we'll move to 5-11. Our strength of
Five and
schedule,
12,
right?
yeah.
Or 5-12, excuse me. We're beyond the days of 16 games. 5-12, 5.18 is our strength of schedule right now. That'll
Yes.
probably adjust, I guess.
Yes.
But
So
the Chargers, they're at a 5.26. That's not that far behind. And they're 5
um
and 11.
it kind
The
of is, yeah.
Giants, it is far behind
5.26 is a big gap there.
from 5.18.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we don't have that much to worry about. I mean, the Giants obviously they have I guess a lighter schedule of 5.11 right now or 0.551. 0.511 is their strength
Yeah,
of
we
schedule rating right
mathematically
now.
cannot be below 5.
Okay, well, that's I guess a little bit nice to hear, but still
Yeah.
still a big, I guess, differential in from 4 to 3, and you even argue just as much from 3 to 2, which I would I guess agree with. I just feel that getting a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. at 3 in the event that we don't get two quarterbacks, if two quarterbacks go first and second, is still a big jump over getting Joe Alt at 4. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
As talented as Joe Alt is, he's not going to be enough to alter a franchise as fast as we need altering in New England. Because the fact of the matter is, Patriots fans, Patriots ownership, Patriots staff, Patriots players all want this turnaround to be something quicker than a 3-year rebuild is understatement. It could be
Yeah.
as long as 5 years if we don't kind of turn this ship around fast.
Okay. So I very quickly did the math. This is all five. Out of the 5 games, there seemed to be 31 possibilities
Jeez.
for results, and the Patriots would get the second pick in 12 of those. So that's a little bit over. It's almost a 39% chance. Obviously, not factoring in who is more likely to win the games out of each game, but If every game were to be a coin flip, it looks like it's about a 39% chance of getting the second pick.
Yeah, and right now, heading into this week's matchup, Chandler, we obviously have the Jets this Sunday. The Commanders have the Cowboys. That's not favorable
Yep.
because not only do we think that the Patriots could possibly beat the Jets, who have totally fallen off the wagon these past couple weeks, they're eliminated from playoffs,
Yep.
but the Cowboys are another team that we just feel, I mean, at least I feel, will have their way with the Washington Commanders, especially considering that they're still going for the first spot in the NFC right now.
I think they are, yeah.
So there's no chance that
No,
they'd
they
be
actually aren't.
resting.
They are not.
They're not.
The 49ers are clinched.
Well, is the division still up for grabs?
The division is still up for grabs, so that's
Great.
for a
Well,
home
it's
game.
great. So they're not benching people.
Nope.
Awesome.
They clinch if they win or if Philly loses.
Who plays first? Dare I ask? Does Philly happen to
Um,
play at one?
it's a good question. They play at the same time, 4:25.
Damn. No.
Yeah, I know.
God. So close yet so far.
Hmm.
Um, Cardinals, I think it's kind of, I guess, valid to check who they're playing because although I don't really think that they're gonna fall out of
I think they're
they're playing the
playing
Seahawks, okay.
the Seahawks. Yeah,
And that's another pivotal game as the Seahawks are in hunt right now for
yeah,
their playoff standings.
yep. They're in if they win and Green Bay loses or ties, or if a lot of things. But they need to win and then Green Bay to lose, pretty much.
Yeah, right now in the NFC, there's only one playoff spot available,
Yep.
the seventh wild card spot.
Well, there's
Um,
also the divisionals that are still up for grabs, like
yes, yeah.
the NFC South is still up for grabs, which the an 8-9 Falcons team could make it.
Imagine, oh my
It's
god,
crazy.
Falcons get into the playoffs. That'd
Yeah,
be
they,
a
they
wild
they might lose by
scenario.
90.
Yeah, but still, it's important to consider these things as heading into this week's game. Obviously, we'll have a full preview episode this upcoming Thursday. But there's a good amount on the line for New England. They
Yeah.
could finish at 3, they could finish at 2, they could finish as low as 5, as we said. All these things are extremely important, especially when you consider that we're heading into the NFL draft very soon. Now, Chandler, for our last, I guess, of the regular season, I should say, on our last preview episode, which rookie are you going to be taking a look at?
So this is a nice little treat one. There's going to be one big one coming up in a few weeks, but this one's also pretty large. Brock Bowers, tight end, overall weapon, maybe the best. Oh, that's tough. The second best tight end I've ever seen in college football, behind
Oh,
Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts was awesome in college. He hasn't quite transferred as successfully to the NFL yet. Still think he'll figure it out because he is rather young. But Brock Bowers, incredible tight end, Georgia elite weapon really for the past 3 seasons, and it'll be a fun little breakdown for y'all.
yeah, and we look forward to that as well as a full preview of Patriots versus Jets coming at you this Sunday. We'll be back this Thursday for a full preview of that. But until then, enjoy, I guess, your week in this new year of 2024. Alongside Chandler Betts, my name is Nick Antonakis. We'll see you all on Thursday.